Welcome back to No Party with B and J. Today we start a five-part investigative series. Things have changed and Trump has flipped again, and everything we're about to unpack matters even more right now.
Because the break between Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't about policy. It's about fear, loyalty, transparency, and survival. And now we see she's worried for her safety, something she dismissed when Democrats said.
Let's start with Marjorie Taylor Greene's original move. She publicly pushed for the Epstein Files to be released. She said, "This is the easiest transparency vote in the world. We need to protect our children. This shouldn't divide the party."
And that was her first time breaking ranks because calling for the Epstein transparency means exposing powerful people, both parties, donors, elites, friends, associates. That ain't a small ask.
Here's the part people forget. Before yesterday's reversal, Trump was discouraging Republicans from pushing the file release.
And that raised eyebrows. If you're America first and protect the children, why slow down transparency?
Lawmakers were told the timing just wasn't right. Some were told to hold the vote. And one was even called into the Situation Room. That's unheard of for a domestic document release, Brent.
Yeah, but let me break it down, Justin. You don't call somebody to the most secure room in the country for a conversation about transparency unless you're trying to apply some pressure.
Now, Thomas Massey, a consistent first conservative, said something important. When transparency becomes controversial, something is wrong.
And he ain't wrong. He came real close to calling out the contradiction. But unlike Marjorie Taylor Greene, he didn't swing at Trump directly. He stayed on the principles, not the personality.
And that's part of this story. Massey questioned the mechanics. Marjorie Taylor Greene questioned the man. And that's when her trouble started. Here's the new update as of this morning. Trump now says, release the files. We have nothing to hide. Republicans should vote yes.
And we got to ask Justin just one question, the real question. If releasing is good now, why wasn't it good 2 days ago?
Doesn't make sense. And that's why this reversal matters. It wasn't driven by new evidence. The evidence did not change. The political pressure on Trump is what changed.
And let's be real. Don't nothing happen in politics for no reason. If you go from resisting to demanding release, something caused that switch, Justin.
Okay, and people online keep saying Obama could have released the Epstein files. Biden could have released them, but that is simply not accurate. And here's the truth. Epstein was under active investigation during Obama's term. Giselle Maxwell's investigation was active during Biden's term. Under federal law, you could not release sealed investigative files until cases are closed, appeals are resolved, and courts authorize the unsealing of those documents.
That's what I was thinking, Justin. Why didn't they release the files? Remember, I asked that question. So let's keep it factual. They weren't hiding it. The investigation kept it sealed, legally, period. Even if they wanted to drop the files, they couldn't without violating federal procedure.
Now, Trump's situation is different because much of the investigation phase was concluded, but the resistance from his circle raised questions until his sudden flip just 2 days ago. Now we've got to look at the other major twist. Maxwell, convicted for trafficking minors, was moved to a low-security prison camp after a Trump-linked attorney met with her.
And they said she even was able to have a dog. And that ain't normal. You don't move someone convicted of that type of crime to a camp-like facility, and you don't give private DOJ access unless someone cleared it from a book.
The victims' attorneys questioned it, lawmakers questioned it, but the Bureau of Prisons never gave a clear answer.
And that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene tied Epstein issues to the shift inside MAGA, because this don't look like protecting kids. It looks like protecting someone else.
Now the new development. After Trump called her Marjorie Trader Greene, she said she now fears for her safety.
Yeah. And he also called her Marjorie Brown. Ain't this something? When Jasmine Crocker said she needed security because of Trump's attack, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she laughed it off. She said Democrats were exaggerating.
But now that she's the target, she says, I understand why they need protection. People don't know what it feels like until you're in it. I never expected this level of danger.
That's the moment she realized it wasn't about policy, it wasn't about MAGA, and it wasn't about America first. It was about loyalty to Trump. And the minute she stopped praising him, you become the enemy.
That's when you get scared. And in the last 48 hours, Marjorie Taylor Greene has said, we all need to work together. This needs to be good for everybody. We have to unite.
And that's what she said. But hold up, Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't never been the let's unite type. She built her brand on division, as a matter of fact. But now that she's the one being attacked, her whole tone has changed, Justin.
She's gone into survival mode, and it shows just how dangerous Trump's base can be when directed.
But this is the same fear Democrats have been saying for years. And she finally believes it now that she's living.
So the question of this episode, was Trump leading MAGA, or was MAGA used to build loyalty to Trump?
Because anytime transparency threatens him, he resists it until pressure forces a public reversal.
And anytime someone inside the movement questions him, they become the target. Not the enemy of MAGA, the enemy of Donald Trump.
Which means the movement might not be changing. The leader is changing what the movement means.
It's scary. It's scary for everybody. Anybody who goes against him has the right to be scared. So we're going to dive back into episode 2 and go back to 2016, where we break down the original promises: economy, corruption, transparency, trade, foreign influence, children's safety, compare them to the results that we're seeing today.
Because if Marjorie Taylor Greene is waking up now, we got to ask, was the shift happening slowly the whole time? Or did people ignore the signs because they liked the slogan?
Okay, this has been an updated version of episode 1, the breakdown between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump, the Epstein file reversal and the safety scare, and the shift inside the movement.
If you can vote, then vote. If you can't vote, write 5 who can. And don't let politics of personality drown out the truth.
We'll catch you tomorrow.
What's up, everybody? Gather round, let's ignite. It's the sensible thinker shining true tonight. With your host Brenda and Justin in the mix, combo deeper than an anchor. We're here to fix. We thank you for tuning in. Let's get it straight. No need to be discreet. We won't wait too late. Real talk.